the disturbing story of a braying pack of 9 youths who gang-raped a 14-year-old schoolgirl. She was chatting to her cousin on her mobile phone when she turned into her street. Her front door was in sight. There was going to be a barbecue, and her mother had told the 14-year-old girl, whom we shall call Jenny, not to be late. Suddenly, however, Jenny saw 4 boys walking towards her, blocking her path. "Oi, come here," one of them snapped. The voice, she realized, belonged to someone she knew. O'Neill Denton, also 14, was tall for his age, more than 6 feet. His nickname was Hitman. Jenny is barely 5 feet 5 inches. Her hair was in a ponytail. Denton liked the odds. 4 of them against 1 girl. Soon 4 would become 9. There was a scuffle and shouting. "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Jenny's increasingly worried cousin kept asking down the phone when she overheard shouting in the background. But Jenny didn't reply. Then the line went dead. This is how it began late one afternoon in April last year. Jenny knew Denton's girlfriend. She had made the mistake of telling her that she did not like him. When the two subsequently fell out, the girlfriend told Denton what Jenny had said. In a different place, the bad feeling between them would probably have ended in nothing more serious than an argument. But she lived in Hackney, East London, where a recent internal police report highlighted the growing menace of predatory gangs intent on committing the most disgusting acts of violence. Denton was the leader of such a gang, the Kingshold Boys, whose territory extended either side of Well Street, a half-mile stretch in E9 which passes the boarded-up Frampton Arms pub. Here, like in many other areas of Britain, a burgeoning underclass of youths, devoid of any sense of right or wrong, exist outside of conventional society's moral boundaries. For many, family ties and friendships have been replaced by a perverted sense of loyalty to the gang, underpinned by the fear of reprisals should anyone break ranks, the urban equivalent of Lord of the Flies. Violent, degrading group sex, if not gang rape, is often a rite of passage for members or soldiers as they style themselves, such as losing your virginity or going to the pub would be for other young men. The opposite sex is almost always treated as sexual prey. It is the reason why a petty dispute between a 14-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy escalated into gang rape. The atrocity, for it was more than just a crime, would last 2 hours, during which time Jenny was dragged around 3 locations. At each place she was stripped, then her clothes were put back on, before she was taken to the next one. Jenny finally ended up on the 9th floor stairwell of a stinking, graffiti-strewn tower block on the Frampton Park estate. Along the way, her captors were on their mobile phones to their friends telling them to come down to the Frampton Park estate, as if they were inviting them to a party. Jack Bartle, 15, Cleon Brown, Alexander Vanderpuy, both 13, and 2 other boys, aged 13 and 15, who cannot be named, accepted the invitation and took it in turns to rape Jenny or encouraged others to do so. In all, up to 15 boys were present. "Please leave me. Let me go," a sobbing Jenny repeatedly pleaded. But Denton, the ringleader, who has been in and out of care all his life, just replied, "Better cry because I am only going to give you something to cry about." Jenny said, "They punched and kicked me, smashed my head against the wall, stripped me and slammed me onto my back." More gang members were arriving by the minute. They were loud and jeering. When they had finished with her, they called her a sket, prostitute, and spat in her hair.